I grew up in a very impoverished area. When I was like 12 or 13 years old, I wanted to be a nurse. Right out of high school, went to nursing school, and I was the first to go to college in my whole family. But I knew that there was a calling for me to do something to help others because I didn't like how I grew up. That's my passion. Hi, I'm Nancy Montgomery. I'm the Assistant Dean of Health, Wellness, and Veterans at Irvine Valley College.
I come from a long lineage of male family members that have served in the military, and I was actually the only one to stay back. But I felt my calling was a little bit different. I felt my calling was to help those that in turn are helping us. I think to know a vet is to love a vet, and I'm so honored to be part of all of our veterans' lives.
Hi, my name is Garcia. I am the Vets Counselor here at IVC.
I went to the University of Minnesota, and when I graduated there, I worked at the Student Emergency Loan Fund for a while, and it's a very rewarding feeling. And then after that, I moved to China, and I taught English there for a while. And the job is really basically to work with people and help them, and I loved it. So when I moved to California later, I started applying to colleges. And when I finally got to work in the Veterans Office, I just find that really rewarding. Hi, my name is Ezekiel Hall. I am the Senior Veteran Specialist at Irvine Valley College. In about 2011, our college campus started to see our veteran population really starting to grow. And thankfully, we had a very supportive administration. And eventually, the college decided, yes, we're going to create an official Veteran Services Center.
So our program was initiated in 2013. We actually got dedicated space during that year. My whole goal was to come in there and to actually help our veterans in healthcare, in education, and collaborating partners, and making sure that they got the benefits that they needed and that they were able to get.
We want to make sure that when our veterans are coming in, that they're taken care of in terms of any food insecurities, housing insecurities that they may have, any physical or mental ailments, or any financial concerns that we need to address, so that when they do start their classes, they're squared away and ready to go.
We really started to identify needs through running surveys and collecting data. And through that data, Nancy really identified that there's a need for mental health services, because at that time, most of our veteran population had had multiple deployments overseas and had seen a lot of combat and injuries and stuff. And so the mental health need was really big at that time.
At the Veteran Services Center, we provide psychologists for dedicated mental health counseling, not only one-on-one, but also in terms of group counseling. All of our psychologists are affiliated or military trained so that they can recognize those signs of trauma that many of our vets come back with. In 2020, the Veteran Service Center started our peer mentor program, a proactive measure where we actually have our peer mentors reach out to their mentees to provide guidance. During COVID times, that's been a little more difficult because they can't meet with them face to face. But what they have been doing is either sending them text messages or phone calls or emails or jumping on Zoom.
One of the apps that we use is a My3, vital to our veterans having a backup plan. And it's for any type of crisis intervention. The other app that we use is called My VRC. We put all of the information on there with phone numbers and emails so that they have a direct contact and it's available at their fingertips.
The Veteran Services Center at Irvine Valley College created a newsletter that we send out usually monthly, just to kind of let everybody know about all the different things we have going on. The newsletter provides updated information on how to connect with our tutors, when the mental health counselors are going to be around, other events that might be coming up. Every month we have a meet and greet where we will provide food to invite the veterans in, but then we also invite in other partners of ours so veterans can connect with those services. So the newsletter serves as a way for us to communicate effectively with our veterans.
When we started our Veteran Services Center, I had to get the buy-in from our administration, and that was outstanding. It actually allowed us to build our program. We got even congressional leaders. Congresswoman Katie Porter came out to visit us. Assemblymember Cotty Petrie Norris came out to visit us. Senator Josh Newman has backed us on our legislative events and has advocated for us. So it's vital that we have that incorporated group of people that support your center, and that builds your center up and improves it consistently.
What our students' needs were 4 or 5 years ago are not the same as our student needs now. So as our students come in with different transitional challenges, different needs, so too will the services that we offer in the Veteran Service Center at IVC. We truly care about not only our veterans, but for each other. We collaborate within our vets team, but also across campus. And collegiality. We're always open to discussing diverse viewpoints and bringing in others' opinions.
To this date, we have 7 years of data where we can see where we started and where we're at right now. And our PTSD rates have decreased by over 45% by having those mental health counselors in there. We're making a difference, and we're adding to what we can do for their success at the end of their college journey.